Welcome to the channel, guys. I'm Kelly with Patriot Prepper. Today on the channel, we're going to be talking about hurricane preparedness. Stick around. Welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be talking about hurricane preparedness for 2024. Noah's already said, this year is going to be a very active season for hurricanes. So I decided I'm going to go ahead and do this video. Today is May the 29th. So we only have a few more days before the start of hurricane season, which is June 1st. But first, before we start kicking off into the video, if you're new here, please like, subscribe, hit that share button with somebody you like, care about. And I'll be bringing more content to y'all like this. So, before we actually get started, guys, in 2020, August the 27th, Southwest Louisiana and Texas, so we got hit with Hurricane Laura. When it made landfall, it was a Cat 4, 150 mile per hour sustained winds. It was a bad time, I think it was a total of like 81 people lost their lives. I believe it was 33 people in Louisiana lost their lives. After it happened, so we bugged out, went up north about an hour and a half away, and we stayed there, rode out the storm there. It still got bad there. The next day, finally made it back to the house after cleaning trees off the road and debris. Made it back to the house, and then from that point on, we stayed out of power for 23 days. We was out of water for 4 days. So today, in this video, I'm going to be going over tips and tricks and lessons learned that myself and my family went through and learned during that hurricane season. First off, what we did, we implemented our family SOP. For the people who don't know what a SOP is, a standing operating procedure. So we have a SOP pretty much for anything, right? Hurricane season, bad weather, power outages, and civil unrest. You name it, we have it. And pretty much what it does, it takes all the guesswork out of it. If you already have this thing in place, this SOP, it takes the guesswork, like I said, right out of it, right? You open up your binder, you read through it, and as long as you made a good SOP, and when I mean good, actually sit down with your family, go over it, see if there's any things that we missed, and fix it, right? Because one of the things you don't want to do is be following it and it's not worth the shit, right? It takes maybe a day, a couple of days. Computer, printer, binder. Not really too much or shit. You can just handwrite it in damn notebook. Just as long as you have it, as long as you can follow. So anyways, we opened up our family SOP. We went to where it said hurricane, and we started reading through it. And throughout our SOP, it states in particular times, whether it be 24 hours before entering the Gulf of Mexico, or 24 hours from landfall, and so on, So we made sure we had all our preps in ready. And saying that, so what we did, we made sure all of our gas cans was filled up. Made sure our generators was filled up, properly working. Made sure we had enough oil for it. And then we started looking through our supplies, making sure we had enough water, right? So water is a big thing, a very important thing. As y'all probably all know, 1 gallon of water per person. Well, I'll tell you that's not enough, especially during August. Yeah, the temps was high 90s, even in the hundreds. Uh, I would say at least 3 gallons per water per person. Yeah, 3 gallons of water per person, right, per day. So that's what we did. We made sure we stocked up. We had plenty of water. Not only water for us to drink and to wash dishes or clean with, but also, I don't know about y'all, but I have a lot of animals, right? At the time we had horses, rabbits, pigs, chickens, um, cows. I think that was it about around that time, right? Of course, and then your regular dogs and cats, right? So it's not only making sure you have enough water for you and your family, but for your animals also. Same way with feed, right? Make sure we stock up on the feed for the animals. So after we had all of our water, made sure we had enough food, then we started going through our supplies, right? Making sure we check it off as we go. All right, topped off on fuel. We're topped off. We make sure we have all of our first aid, our medical, our prescription medication, and then we just went down the line, right? And I'll go over a lot of the equipment and tools and stuff like that later on in the video. But so it was 23 days, 24 days without electricity, 4 days without water. After those 23 and 24 days was up, we only had a few weeks, and then Hurricane Delta came. It was a Cat 2. We stayed at our house. We bugged in, and we lost power again for another, I think it was a week and a half. We didn't lose any water, but that's why it's so important to have preps and to be ready for hurricane season. So in this video, I'd like to go over some of them just going to be basic equipment, right? Flashlights, batteries, candles, and then there's going to be some other ones that really made that 3 weeks without electricity, as far as electricity from the electric company, a hell of a lot more manageable, easier for us, right? So after we bugged out for the first Hurricane Laura, the Cat 4, we went with some family. I said up north, waited out the storm there. I said it got rough there, but nothing like we seen here, Lake Charles, anything like that. But I mean, still, just driving from there back home, I mean, it looked like a damn war zone, right? Got home and then assessed the damage. We just had a few trees down, nothing major to the house, the roof, or anything like that. Like I said, just besides no electricity, no running water, which we was ready for that. So after we got the kids settled and everything, went ahead and got the generator out. Got it fired up, got it hooked up to the house. And like I said, it was hot as hell. Got some fans going. Got our freezers and all that running, so our food in the freezers and deep freezer wouldn't spoil. And that's how we lived. you, you just got to keep in mind, you know, during these natural disasters or shit, man-made disasters, there's always those fuckers out there that wants to make a bad uh, disaster or time where people are struggling or not not living like their normal day-to-day lives. You got those people that wants to make it worse, whether it be them looting, stealing shit. And that happened here. I live in a small town. You know, these motherfuckers, it's clever now, I tell you. They would, late at night when people had their generators running, they knew they was asleep, they'd go crank lawnmowers up, have it there by the generator and steal their generator. You know, just shit like that. So anyways, so some tips and tricks. One is make sure you pay attention to the Weather Channel, right? See what's going on in the tropics. Already have you SOP. Like I said, we only have a few days left until hurricane season. Have that SOP in place. Keep eye on the Weather Channel. Make sure all your preps are ready. Something as simple as candles for light, right? These little tea light candles. I mean, there's probably there's 100 of them right here, and you can buy them for less than $5 at your Walmart. Or you have these big candles right here. You can buy at the Dollar Tree or dollar store. Typically $1.50 maybe. Flashlight, right? You want several flashlights. Good flashlights with good batteries in them. It's gonna last. And you want to have them on you, and then you also want to have them in a stage in the area at your house where everybody knows where it's at, right? Not to mention you want to keep your lighter that you keep on you daily, not light, I'm sorry, on you. Especially when the sun goes down. Another little thing, and this is cheap, you know. Now everywhere sells them, but all it is a little pop-up lantern. These run off 3 AA batteries. And what I do, I just tape the batteries to the top of them. That way, one, I know all I do is grab this and go with it, and I don't have to worry about batteries in here inside of it either getting corroded or no longer good. These are good, fresh batteries, never used, on top of it, secured with duct tape. I can just grab this and go with it. Another thing that's very important is radios, some type of radio. So during both those hurricanes, we had multiple bale fangs. And of course, most of y'all are preppers that's watching this channel. So I know my prepper people, they know what a bale fang radio is. But for people that don't, bale fang is a handheld ham radio. You can buy these things on Amazon for like $25, maybe even cheaper than that. And it gives you the opportunity. You have AM, FM radio, you have the NOAA Weather Channel, and then you also got ham, right? And what it does, it gives you the ability to get intel, right? Information that you're going to need, whether it be before the storm, during the storm, or after the storm. And I'll go over that a little bit later on. But radios. So this is the Ratty RF320, AM, FM, shortwave. This even has airband, all that. Very good radio. You pick these up on Amazon for about 85, 90 bucks, I believe. And then you have a radio like this. It's a crank radio with solar. It can get charged from solar if you don't want to crank it. Also has battery backup. You can charge it up. And this has AM, FM, and weather. As a flashlight, you can pick these up on Amazon for 25, 30 bucks. Another thing, batteries. As you can see, this batteries on both sides. It's called the Battery Daddy. You can pick these up on Amazon. I got multiple of these. They come in very handy, keeping all your batteries organized and in one place. It has a battery tester to where if your batteries are getting old, if you want to test them beforehand, before you're going to need it, for hurricane season, you can test them. Like I said, I own several of these. They come in very handy. So, before the hurricane, like I said, you want to keep up with the news. You want to keep up with the Weather Channel, see what the tropics are doing, right? And it's all going to come and play into your SOP. My family SOP is going to be different than yours. And that's okay, just as long as you have one. And what mine tells me is, if we're thinking on getting a direct hit from a hurricane, if it's a tropical storm to a Cat 2, Cat 3, we're gonna stay where we're at, right? We'll shelter in place. We're gonna bug in. We're gonna ride out the storm, unless plans change otherwise, right? Then you have to adapt and overcome, right? If your wife or something like that, they decide, last 24 hours, no, I think it's better us for to leave, well then, that's y'all's decision. But then, of course, Cat 4 and up, our SOP says, that we'll leave. Before you leave, you have to make sure your homestead or your house or your property, whatever you call it, is secure. What I mean by secure, one, is making sure any kind of loose items or equipment that's around your house is properly secured. Making sure it's put up, if it needs to be chained down, what have you, tied up to where it don't become flying debris. Make sure your house is in order. Make sure everything, you turned everything off, water off, your electricity off. Everything's put up for when you come back. Doors are locked. Firearms, shit like that, is put up in safes securely. And that's gonna, I ain't gonna say it's gonna deter criminals and looters, but it makes it a little bit harder for them to steal your shit, right? I mean, it's bad that we have to talk about that during a time of crisis, a natural disaster, but there's people out there that are going to do that. So just make sure you got everything secure. Another good tip to do, whether you're bugging in or bugging out for the hurricane, is take pictures of your property, of your house, if you have any kind of outbuilding, sheds, or anything like that, inside of your house, property, your roof, your vehicles. Take pictures or videos of that, right? Just in case you do have damage to your house. One, this is going to help with your insurance, and it's a really good idea to have it time stamped, right? If you get it time stamped on there to where the insurance company and all of them, that they know 2 days or 2 weeks before the hurricane hit, this is what my house looked like then, and then this is what it looks like now, right? So we covered, make sure your items secure, make sure you take pictures, all your important documents, marriage license, deeds, social security, birth certificates. Make sure you got copies of that. Keep those with you, and then also have either the original or a copy in your safe, where it's secure. Also, so what we learned throughout the whole Laura and Delta ordeal was, I said, you drink a hell of a lot more water than 1 gallon a day. Make sure you have make sure you have plenty of water. Make sure you have plenty of Gatorades, Powerades, what have you. What we did, we stocked up ice chests. We have some Yetis and some Arctic, and these ice chests, they're supposed to keep ice for a week. They work very well, and we had waters and Powerades, stuff like that, ice down. That way we just go in there. We don't have to keep on opening the refrigerator, nothing like that, to get water. Another thing we did, right before the storm hit, 12 hours before the storm hit, we made sure all the water containers, your barrels, horse troughs, stuff like that was completely full. Made sure all of our dishes was washed up, put away. After everyone took baths and showers at night, cleaned the bathtubs, we filled those completely full of water. Any big pots, anything like that we had, we filled with water. You use that to flush toilets, right? Rinse out sinks, stuff like that. The paper plates, we used a shitload of paper plates. That way we didn't have to cut down on washing dishes, right? Paper plates, as you're done with them, throw away. Shit, you could burn them, what have you. Which leads me into my next thing. So we have Coleman camp stoves, which I have several of them, with plenty of propane that goes with it. That's another thing that's going to make your life a lot easier, especially if you don't have a generator big enough to run your stove or what have you. You fire these little 2 burners up, and it's going to do what you need it to do. It's going to take a little bit longer than your normal stove, but you're eating hot food. Non-perishable foods, your canned food, canned goods. Make sure you're stocked up on that. Make sure you have items and food that's very easy to cook, right? They don't take a whole lot, because even this little gas stove, this little camp stove I'm talking about, if you try to cook a damn 6-course damn meal on this thing, if you're cooking inside your house, it's gonna make the temp go up a lot. So we opted out for foods that was very quick and easy to cook, spaghetti. And a lot of times, especially for lunch or something like that, it was canned food. Ravioli, SpaghettiOs, canned soup, Demi Moore stew, shit like that, right? Another thing, so these water containers. This holds 6 gallons of water. You can pick these up at Walmart, probably Academy. It's less than $20. Holds 6 gallons. has a spout. This is another good item to have. I have several of them, right? Pick up one a month or one every couple of weeks, however you want to do it. Make sure you have enough of those. But there's, like I said, there's bad people in this world, right? They try to make uh, a disaster something that's already bad worse. So keep your gun on you, right? If you're one of those people that normally don't carry a pistol on you, carry one. Because you'll never know when you need it, right? So, especially if you're bugging out or you're trying to get back to your house and you travel to a place that you know you're unfamiliar with, stopping to refill up your gas cans, you know, and somebody try to take advantage of you and steal your gas, right? Or whatever it might be. Have a way to defend yourself. Keep cash on hand. Have a lot of cash on you, or at least at your house. Because I know when Laura came, uh, a lot of our ATMs was out, right? Uh, and it took, I think about a week before ATMs around the house got back online and started working, right? Board games, playing cards, have it at your house, especially if you have younger children, something to keep them entertained, right? Um, your oil for your generator. I know I'm just kind of going rambling through this shit, but if you're going to be running a generator 12 hours a day, or I don't know, 24 hours a day, whatever you want to do, make sure you have enough to oil to change that oil out, right? Because that's another thing that can make a bad situation even worse. You know, you have a 2-year-old generator and you run it for a week and a half straight without changing the oil, and then you know the damn thing fucks up on you, right? A portable ice maker, that came in handy. You'd be surprised. So I don't think you'd be surprised, but we have a lot of places around here that sells ice, right? Most all your grocery stores, convenience stores, and you have those standalone ice places. You just go there, $2, and get 16 pounds of ice. After that hurricane came through, you couldn't find ice anywhere. Luckily, we had thought about that beforehand, and we just ran up to a local Walmart, and we paid $90 for it. And all you do, you put water in it, plug it up, and this thing makes a good bit of ice, right? Which came in very, very handy. And then a generator, right? So you have a generator, have 2 generators, you know, one for backup. What I do, I have a big generator. It's 10,000 watts starting, and then it's I think 8,000 watts running. And then I have a smaller one. I think it's a Power Mate. I think it might be like 1,500 watts or something like that. And it's good for your smaller appliances if you just want to run an extension cord or what have you to it. Which I'll show you all those generators here shortly. My big generator, though, it will almost run everything in my house besides my central air and heat. I think that's it. Everything else, it'll run. I mean, as long as you don't have everything on at one damn time, right? But what I do, I wire mine up straight into the breaker box, and which of course I make sure that the main breaker feeding or going to and from the electric pole is closed. That way, I don't take the risk of shocking or electrocuting the linemen when they're trying to work on the power, right? That's always important. All right, so look, we're gonna take a look at my generators. I'll show you what I got, and then hopefully, I know this video is kind of running a little bit lengthy, and then we'll call it a day. Let's go take a look at the generator. All right, guys, so look, we're in my shed right now. So these are my two generators I got. So this first one is a Generac. Let's see, Power Rush. As you see, it's 10,000 starting watts, and then 8,000 running watts. This is battery cranked, or it does have where you can pull crank it. So like I said before, with this generator, most times if I know we're going to be out of power for a while, I have this right here. So this cord right here, I picked up at Lowe's, and what you do, you plug it in right here to your 120 240 outlet, and then I hook this up to my breaker box. I'm not going to show y'all how I hook it up. There's several videos online that will show you how to hook it up, make sure it's correctly to where you're not shocking anybody or shocking yourself. And so anyways, I plug it up, and it's going to go to a 30 amp breaker, as you see right here. All right, 30 amp breaker. And this cord is just for, I believe they're actually called for like RVs, right? This one right here was about $100 or so. So not cheap by no means, but it works to where you're not having to run 15 damn extension cords. Right, hook this up to your breaker, and then turn on your breakers at your house, and you will have power. Typically, this generator, so it holds, I want to say it's 6 gallons, and it'll run about 12 hours. 6 gallons of fuel. Okay. This right here is my little mini or standby generator. I've had this one for many years also. So this is a Power Mate. All right, so it's 1,700 starting watts and then 1,400 running watts on here. It takes 1.5 gallons of fuel, of gasoline, and this little thing, as long as it don't have a big load on it, that 1.5 gallons will run anywhere from about 12 to 14 hours. So very good if you're trying to save on fuel, and there's only a few things you need to run, maybe a freezer or refrigerator. This will do it, and it'll save you on gas, right? But I said I just wanted to show you all my generators, what I use, and with both of these, it works good, right? This big one, this Generac, I'm able to hook up some window units, and I think I had 3 of them running where we was keeping the house cool. I mean, it wasn't cool like it normally is, but it was bearable. Sorry for the noise. My little AC unit went off in my shop here. That's where we're at right here, my shop. Take a look at everything. I did some videos right over there before, but this is typically where they stay at, where I know they're not getting dirty, filthy, or getting stolen. That they stay in here. All right, let's go back out to the outside. All right, guys, we're back outside. I think that's pretty much all I wanted to cover in today's video. If y'all have any questions, or comments, hit me up in the comment section. If y'all got anything useful out of this video, please hit that like button. Please share it. If you, whether you might not live, where hurricanes affect you, but if you know anybody that does, share this video with them. Thanks again. Please like, subscribe. Patriot Prepper out. They call me a